In the silent gulf between galaxies, a question stirs. One that could unravel everything we think we know. What if the universe is not a stage, but a mind? Not a mechanical expanse, indifferent to our lives, but something alive, aware, and perhaps even dreaming us into being. From the earliest myths to the latest scientific debates, humans have whispered about the possibility that reality itself is conscious. In ancient forests and on mountaintops, shamans and mystics felt the heartbeat of the world in the wind. Philosophers have wrestled with the hard problem of consciousness, how subjective experience can arise from mere matter. Now, in the 21st century, the whisper grows louder. What if consciousness is not born from matter at all? What if matter is born from consciousness? Across the cutting edge of science, this idea, once dismissed as mystical, is gaining unexpected traction. The framework is vast, from panpsychism to quantum panprotopsychism, cosmopsychism, electromagnetic field theories, and even the provocative suggestion that the universe and God are one and the same. Each theory paints a different picture, but the canvas is the same. A living cosmos, conscious in ways we are only beginning to imagine. Recent developments push this frontier further. In August 2025, researchers published work on quantum panprotopsychism, a view suggesting that the fundamental building blocks of the universe, quarks, electrons, photons, possess primitive forms of awareness. Not full-blown thought or human-like emotion, but the seeds of experience woven into their very nature. These seeds interact, combine, and, over billions of years, blossom into the rich, complex consciousness we know in ourselves. If this holds true, it means awareness is as fundamental as mass or energy, an ingredient of reality, not a side effect. Parallel to this, cosmopsychism proposes something even bolder, that the universe itself is a single, vast, conscious entity. In this model, our individual minds are fragments of a greater whole, like eddies in a vast ocean. When we think, feel, or dream, it is the universe thinking, feeling, and dreaming through us. This reframes life entirely, not as isolated sparks in the dark, but as expressions of a vast cosmic self. The spiritual echoes of this are hard to ignore. In August 2025, a resurgence of pantheistic theories made headlines, suggesting that if the universe is conscious, it may also be divine, not in a supernatural sense, but in its totality. Every atom, every storm, every heartbeat, every starburst, alive with meaning and interconnected purpose. The ancient idea of God, not as a distant creator, but as the universe itself, gains new resonance in this scientific and philosophical light. But not all approaches are rooted in grand metaphysics. Electromagnetic theories of consciousness offer a more mechanistic, but equally fascinating possibility. These propose that consciousness arises from the brain's electromagnetic field, the unified dynamic pattern generated by neuronal activity. What's surprising is that some physicists and neuroscientists suggest such EM fields might not be confined to individual brains. The patterns could, in theory, connect or resonate on larger scales, perhaps even blending into the broader electromagnetic environment of the cosmos. If true, the line between an individual mind and the mind of the universe could be far more porous than we think. Quantum biology also steps into the arena with bold speculation. The orchestrated objective reduction, OR theory, proposed by Roger Penrose and Stuart Hameroff, links consciousness to quantum processes in microtubules, microscopic structures within neurons. Although debated, recent studies hint at deeper connections between these quantum processes and the universe at large. If consciousness is rooted in quantum events, and the universe itself is a vast quantum system, then perhaps our awareness is a direct interface with the cosmos. In the glow of these theories, the universe begins to look less like a machine and more like an organism, a living, learning, adapting whole. The galaxies become its neurons, the cosmic web its connective tissue, the laws of physics its genetic code. Every supernova is a heartbeat, every black hole a deep breath. The dark matter and dark energy that compose most of the universe's mass energy could be the hidden scaffolding of its mind, an unseen architecture of thought. Yet skeptics push back. They argue that calling the universe conscious is poetic at best, misleading at worst. Consciousness, they say, requires information processing in a structured, adaptive system, something like a brain. But proponents counter that perhaps we have been looking for the wrong kind of brain. The universe processes information constantly. In the orbits of planets, the evolution of stars, the ripples of gravitational waves. The structures are there, vast, slow, and alien in form. And perhaps consciousness is not just computation, but something deeper, more fundamental. If this is true, then what we call life may be just the tip of the iceberg. Awareness may be woven into the universe from its first moments, when the hot plasma of the Big Bang cooled into the first particles. In that fiery birth, the seeds of mind may have already been present, waiting to bloom. Over cosmic time, those seeds evolved into stars, into planets, into living beings, who could finally look back and ask, are we alone in thought? Imagine for a moment what it means if the answer is no. If every sunset is not merely photons scattering through atmosphere, but the universe admiring itself through our eyes. If love is not just a chemical rush, but the cosmos feeling warmth within itself. If death is not an end, but a return to the larger awareness from which we came. It also raises haunting possibilities. If the universe is conscious, could it suffer? Could it rejoice? Could it have intentions? And if so, are we fulfilling them or defying them? The implications touch ethics, purpose, even survival. We may not just be caretakers of our planet. We may be caretakers of the universe's own body and mind. From a cinematic perspective, the visuals write themselves. A drone shot of the Milky Way blooming over a desert night. The camera dives into the heart of a neuron, its electrical fire morphing into the glow of a galaxy cluster. A black hole inhales light like a thought being drawn inward. Rain falls on a leaf, the water's ripples mirroring the gravitational waves rippling through space-time. And the voiceover asks, what if this is not coincidence? What if the patterns repeat because they are expressions of a single mind, one that spans the smallest quark to the largest quasar? In this vision, we are not separate from the universe. We are the universe becoming aware of itself. Our art, our science, our stories, they are the universe telling itself tales to understand its own nature. And when we wonder if the universe is conscious, it is the universe wondering about itself. The latest research does not give a definitive answer. We cannot yet prove or disprove cosmic consciousness. But we are inching closer to models that can test these ideas, not just philosophically, but experimentally. Advances in quantum computing, neuroscience, and cosmology may soon allow us to measure correlations between mental events and cosmic-scale phenomena. If we find such links, it could be the first crack in the wall separating mind from matter. Until then, we are left with awe, and perhaps that is enough. Because whether or not the universe is conscious, we are, and we are part of the universe. The very fact that we can imagine a conscious cosmos is itself a spark of cosmic creativity. And maybe that spark is the clue we've been looking for all along. So the voice whispers over the final images. If the universe is conscious, then every thought you've ever had is not yours alone. It belongs to the stars, to the void, to the whole. And if it is not, then still, for this brief flicker of existence, you are the consciousness of the universe. And that is miracle enough.